everyone, it's Karen from the Geordie Grandma. Welcome back to my channel. I hope everybody's doing well. Today I've got a favourites and fail video for you. I've got quite a selection of stuff. I've got some beauty products, some books, some TV programmes, some jewellery and a couple of other things. So I'm just going to get straight in with the beauty stuff. And the first thing that I've been enjoying in the last month is this Primark Perfect Finish foundation, and I've got it on today. This is in shade 3 of Nugget or Nougat, however you want to pronounce it. It's quite a light shade, and it does say medium to full coverage, and I would say that's right. It's quite a thick foundation. It was only £3, so I think that was well worth it. And it did go on really nicely. I've put it on with a foundation brush and it just went on really nicely over the top of my primer. So I would recommend that. The other makeup product I bought, I think I bought it on the same day, was an E.L.F eyeshadow palette. I have used some E.L.F makeup before, but not for a long time. So I thought I'd pick up this little palette. I do like a small palette. This one is called Rose Water and it's got 4 eyeshadows in it. I've got these 3 on today. I haven't used the very dark one, so I don't know how well you can see that, but the colours are very pretty. They go on nicely, they blend well, and they do last all day as well. So I'm using this one, the purpley one, kind of on the outer corner of my eye, just to darken it a little bit. I have used this one as well, but it is quite dark, so I would probably use that for more of a nighttime look. So I highly recommend that little E.L.F palette as well if you're looking for a new eyeshadow. And the other thing I wanted to mention is from the Body Shop, and it's from the Body Shop Advent calendar that I got just before Christmas. And this is the Shea butter, or the Shea, not butter, the Shea shampoo and conditioner for dry to very dry hair, intense repair. I've never used Body Shop shampoo and conditioner before, and I was very pleasantly surprised. This is really good shampoo and conditioner. It made my hair feel really soft and in good condition, and I would definitely buy the full-size products of those. So if you are in the market for a new shampoo or conditioner, I highly recommend trying those ones. I will leave the links to any of the products that I can find that are still online. If I can find the links, I will leave them in the description box below. My next favourite this month is some jewellery that I was actually sent by a company called Carrie Elspeth Jewellery. They contacted me and they asked us if I'd like to choose 3 items of jewellery in exchange for a blog post, which I will be writing this week. But I thought I would also mention them on my YouTube channel because I think they're absolutely beautiful. So I'll just show you what I asked them to send me. I chose a necklace. Well, I actually chose a necklace, a bracelet and a pair of earrings. They have quite a big selection on their website and they are handmade in Wales. And the first item I chose was this necklace. I think that is so pretty. It's got like purples and blues and silvers in it. This is called a pastel geo necklace and it's got glass beads and it's just so pretty. I'm going to actually put it on. It doesn't really go with this dress I've got on, but I'll just put it on so you can see it a bit better. There, it's just a really pretty necklace and I just think that would be so nice with lots and lots of different outfits. I'll just keep that on. The other thing I got was a bracelet. This is a blue sponge gemstone bracelet. You can get it in 21 different gemstones. That's what it looks like. It's just a pale blue. I love the colour blue. So like I said, there's 21 different gemstones you can choose from. You can see it's got a little silver star charm on there. You could choose from the star or the heart. And they sent me the star one, which I was quite happy with. But I think that is really pretty as well. Fits my wrist perfectly. So that was really nice. And the third thing I chose, which I think is probably my favourite, is a pair of earrings. And I just absolutely love these. And these are blue cat's eye star earrings. How pretty are those? Really, really pretty. I'm not going to put them in because I've already got studs in. But I can't wait to wear them. I just think they are so pretty, and the hooks are sterling silver and the stars are fibre optic cat's eye beads. So Carrie Elspeth kindly gave me a discount code for you to use, and it is GG20. I'll put it on the screen here, and I'll also put the link and the discount code in the description box below. And if you use that code, you'll get 20% off, and that's valid until the 31st of March 2024. So you've got plenty of time to go and have a look. They've got some absolutely fabulous jewellery on their website. It's not expensive jewellery either. The range is an average of around £20, and I think the earrings were less than that. I can't remember offhand. I will leave the link to those in the description box below, along with the discount code. So next we'll move on to books. And the first book I wanted to talk about that I read in the last month and really, really loved is The Cat Who Caught a Killer by L.T. Shearer. I think I got this as a Christmas present, not Christmas gone, but the Christmas before, and I hadn't read it, and I discovered it on my shelf and thought, well, I'll read that. And it's about this lady called Lulu, who is a retired detective, and her husband has been killed in a hit and run accident, and they had shared a house with his mother, who was now in a care home because she's got dementia. So Lulu moves out of the house because it feels too big and lonely for her and has too many memories. And she moves onto a barge. And while she's on this barge, she meets a cat. And the cat talks. Now, it does seem strange. And when you read the blurb, it's like, that just sounds too stupid to read. But you know, it wasn't. There's a murder to solve. And the cat helps Lulu. The cat's called Conrad, and the cat helps Lulu solve the murder. And he only speaks to her. He doesn't speak to anybody else. And all the way through, you just think to yourself, is this real? Is she dreaming it? Is there a twist here? But I won't give it away. There is actually another book out with Lulu and Conrad in. So I'm really looking forward to read it. It was just a lovely read. It was easy to read. It was very well written. I enjoyed the characters. It didn't even seem stupid that Conrad the cat was talking, I have to say. It was a lovely book, and like I say, I'm looking forward to reading the next one. So I can highly recommend The Cat Who Caught a Killer. It honestly isn't as stupid as it sounds, a talking cat. The next book that I've read that I've really enjoyed, and this is called Mrs. Palfrey at the Claremont, and it's by Elizabeth Taylor. I don't think it's that Elizabeth Taylor. And this is quite an old book. I think it was written in the early 70s. And it starts where Mrs. Palfrey, this elderly lady, is about to move into a hotel, the Claremont, where older people can go and get a room, and they can just, they can live there, basically. So there's about 5 or 6 of them, elderly people, mostly women. I think there's one man. And they go down for dinner every night, and it sort of tells you a little bit about their lives. And Mrs. Palfrey doesn't really get on with her daughter very well, and she wants her grandson to come and visit her, and he never comes. And then she meets this young man who they kind of become friends. Again, I won't give too much away, but I absolutely loved this book. It's quite a thin book. I just thought it was, again, so well written. The characters are so well drawn. You feel like you're at the Claremont with them. It is sad in places, and it is quite, it makes you think about what it would be like to be, older, sort of 80s, and not really have any family or, people to visit you. But I still, even though it was quite sad in places, it was funny in places. It made you think. I loved it. I would read that again. I liked it that much. I highly recommend Mrs. Palfrey at the Claremont. So on to TV. And the first thing I really enjoyed in the last month was on Netflix, and that was Inside Man. And it is a 4-part, I suppose it's a thriller, comedy strange kind of program, and it features David Tennant and Stanley Tucci. David Tennant is a vicar in England, and Stanley Tucci is a prisoner on death row in America. And as the episodes move on, the two become connected in some way. I'm not going to give away too much, but they become connected. And David Tennant inadvertently commits a crime that he didn't intend to commit. And it's a story of, this can happen to anybody, and these events unfold that are so unlikely, but I suppose that could happen to anybody. It was a little bit far-fetched, but the cases do become connected. I thought Stanley Tucci's character was fantastic, even though he's a murderer on death row. I thought his character was fantastic, and I'm really hoping they bring out a second series of it, because he was an interesting character. David Tennant's character, less believable, I think. Even though both characters were a little bit unbelievable, I think Stanley Tucci's was more believable. But yes, it was 4 episodes. It had us gripped. I think I binge watched them over 2 nights. I highly recommend it. It was very enjoyable, even if it was a little far-fetched. The other thing I've been watching recently, and I'm assuming a lot of people have who are watching, and that is The Traitors on BBC. Absolutely love The Traitors. It's a reality show, if you don't know what it is, and it starts off with 22 people in a castle in Scotland, I think it is, and Claudia Winkleman is the presenter. Everybody's sitting around a round table, they have blindfolds on, and she picks 3 of them to be the traitors and the rest are faithfuls. And the idea of the programme is the faithfuls have to try and guess who the traitors are and get them banished, and the traitors have to avoid that, and they get to murder somebody every night. And in the end, if there's still traitors left to be found, the traitors are the ones that win the money. There are missions every day for them to add money to the collective pot. Just gripping, very gripping. There's been a couple of occasions in this series where we've gone like, what? Just really, really addictive watching. I enjoyed the first series, and I think I'm enjoying the second series more. So if you haven't watched The Traitors, you can watch it all on catch up on BBC iPlayer. Really enjoyed that. So now it's time for my fail of the month, and this is another TV series. And I'm sorry to say that it is True Detective Series 3. This is on Now TV. Really enjoyed the first 2 series. All series involve 2 detectives. They have a case to solve, and it shows you a bit of their lives, and that's the series. This one, it's 8 episodes, and this one starred, I don't know if I'm pronouncing this right, Mahershala Ali and Stephen Dorff. Now, the reason this is a fail, first of all, it was long and drawn out. I think they could have done it in 4 or 5 episodes quite easily. There was lots of the episodes where I'm like, is this really necessary to hear about this? So it was slow. It was shown in 3 different timelines. And the only reason you kind of could follow the timelines was because Mahershala Ali's character, I can't remember his name in the series, in the 80s, he had like an afro. In the 90s, which was the second timeline, he had kind of a flat top haircut. And I think it must have been maybe 30 years later, he had grey hair. So you could tell the change in timelines because of his hairstyle. But sometimes it was a little bit confusing because it would go backwards and forwards. And it was a stupid ending. And the other thing was, I couldn't understand a lot of what Mahershala's character was saying. He had a very southern accent in it, and he spoke quickly. And we ended up actually having to put subtitles on because I couldn't catch a lot of what he was saying. The whole series is about, it starts where 2 children go off on their bikes and their dad's left his fixing the car, and he says, yeah, be back by a certain time. And I think the kids are something like 12 and 7, something like that. The kids don't come back. And the series is about finding out what happened to the children. They definitely could have done it in 4 or 5 episodes. And like I say, the ending, I was like, really? That's the ending? I was quite disappointed in the ending. So yeah, the True Detective Series 3 was definitely a fail for the month. If you've seen that, let us know what you thought in the comments below. Did you enjoy it, or did you think it was just a no, just like I did? The next thing I wanted to mention on my favourites was a card game, and it is the Monopoly Deal card game. I put a picture here because I don't actually have it, it's my son's. We went to Simon and Hayley's house a few weeks ago, and they said, you fancy a game of this Monopoly Deal? So we said, okay, Howie. We ended up having 2 or 3 games of it. It was really fun. If you like Monopoly, you'll like this card game. It's kind of Monopoly without all the hassle of the little houses and, you know, the little counters and things like that. And you still got all of the, you've still got the property cards, the rent cards, the houses and the hotels cards. You've got action cards that kind of mimic the community chest and chance. And it's quite a fast game, so you can probably play it in about 1 game in maybe 45 minutes. And we played 2 or 3 games while we were there, along with lots of cups of coffee. So yeah, if you're looking for a new game to play, or if you want a game to take on holiday, this is an ideal card game to take on holiday. Monopoly Deal, well worth a look at. The last thing I wanted to mention on my favourites, and by far not the least, because this is probably one of my favourites this month, and this is something I got for Christmas off Warren, and it is my new Vendula cat bag, and this is a tattoo parlour run by a cat. If you've watched my channel for a while, you'll have heard me talk many times about my pink cat cafe bag from Vendula, and I did mention that I would like a new bag from there. So Warren got me this for Christmas, and I just love the bags. I'd love a collection of them. They're not that cheap, so it may take me a while to get a few of them, but I love the detail on them. Like, you know, all the little things in the tattoo shop. Just so sweet. It's got little studs on it. It's got the little window with all the different things on the back. It's got a little flower, so that sort of looks like a tattoo. And it says, my tattoos don't like you either, on there. It's got a little, like a key ring detail on here. It does have a over the shoulder crossbody strap if you wanted that. When you open it up, it's got pockets in. I have been using it, so it's got stuff in it. It's got a zip pocket in the middle, and it's got the usual lining with different landmarks in it, like the Tower of London and the Eiffel Tower, and I just absolutely love it. So I just thought I'd show you that. You know, if you are looking for a bag that's a little bit different, I highly recommend you check out the Vendula website. So those are all the things that were my favourites and one fail over the last few weeks. I'd say probably from the beginning of December. I hope you enjoyed that. Like I say, let me know what you thought of the True Detective Season 3 if you saw it in the comments below. And if you've got anything that you'd like to recommend to me along the lines of what I've been talking about, I'd be very happy to hear your recommendations. Again, leave them in the comments below. So thank you so much for watching. I'll see you again soon, and bye for now.